Whoa! Look at that! This is big. There's a big fish.
Oh my God!
Caden and I are going crappie fishing. Be it crappies, sunfish, or perch,
Today we're going after some bluegills.
nationwide, more anglers target panfish than any other species. And there's a slug of reasons why. How come you like the fish so much?
It's just kind of my thing.
Just kind of your thing, huh? Widely distributed, most everyone has access to panfish of some kind close to home.
And there's a pile of them down there.
Because they're schooling fish that are very often quite abundant, fast action is a huge part of their appeal.
There's another one for the frying pan. I'm liking that.
Factor in that they're relatively easy to catch and provide unbelievable table fare at family fish fries. And it all adds up to why panfish are such a perfect choice for anyone who loves to get their strings stretched.
Good job.
Now, like all fish, a lot of knowledge and learning are involved in becoming a good panfish fisherman. Knowing where to go, what to use, and why throughout the various seasons of the year are key. Not only to catch numbers, but for cashing in on trophy slabs too.
Using big lures in high-pressured situations can work.
Example number one today is the late winter period when the ice is just beginning to melt. As oxygen levels in northern lakes increases due to it, panfish move shallower and begin to feed more actively. Last March, during this time, I asked BWP staffer and panfish expert Nate Berg to go on the hunt and share a few bluegill and crappie tips. And trust me, I didn't have to ask Nate twice.
I am ready to rip some lips on some monsters.
On a typical small lake in Minnesota, his first move was to look along the deep weed line. This occurs as the lake's terrain tapers up shallow from deep holes where the sunfish and crappie hold up during the middle of winter. Next, he drills lots and lots and lots of holes, uses a locator, and hole hops to narrow down fish location.
A lot of fish down here too, but they're still the same size. They're small. That's why we drill a lot of holes.
Search and ye shall find. In this case, in 16 feet of water along the old outside weed line.
There's 4 or 5 feet of fish down there right now. I'm going to get the house and I'm going to pound some bluegills for a little bit.
I love bluegill and crappie fishing in the wintertime, and I put in a lot of homework. I drill a lot of holes. I do a lot of research, and one thing you can do is download a little app on your cell phone called Fishity. I have the Fishity Premium because it has all the maps on it. And what I do is I then go to creel surveys from the Minnesota DNR, and I research, okay, there's a lot of bluegills and crappies in this lake, and I pop up the map on my Fishity app, and I go, okay, pinpoint here, pinpoint here, pinpoint here.
Very aggressive jigging, very, very aggressive. I want my lure to look like the scud that's in this lake. So I'm gonna dance it around, make it look like it's swimming through the water. There he is. Oh, nice one too.
A lot of people quit ice fishing when the walleye and pike season closes in Minnesota. That's when the really good ice fishing gets going for panfish.
There he is. This might be a crop. This might be a crop. It is. Oh, that crappie there is a foot long. He's a dandy. I got to get back down there. It's time for some more. So many times this time of the year, when you start getting more oxygen in the lake, you'll have big crappies and big bluegill swimming together. So be prepared for both. I tend to use a lot of lures that crappies and gills will both bite on. A lot of plastics, a lot of spoons, and just changing lures because I'm an active lure changer. And I use a little tiny clip to allow that to be a little bit more efficient rather than tying lines constantly. It's just a little tiny clip that allows you to change lures quick. And to me personally, using a clip like this gives your lure better action because you can see that clip doesn't move, yet the jig does. I'm gonna drop down and see what I can do here. Come on, fishies. There's one down there. Oh, look at. There he is. Nice one. Oh yeah. Big old hoss gill. I like that. I love using artificial baits for big gills. Big crappies too. Little plastic lure, hard to beat.
I always use 3-pound tests when I'm fishing bluegills and crappies.
There's a pile of them down there.
It's heavy enough for the bass and the northerns that you're gonna catch, but it's also light enough to where you're gonna sense any bite at all.
There is nothing better than catching big bull gills through the ice. There's more fish down there, time to get down there again.
What really made the difference was using the Legend ice rod with the super finesse tip.
It's crazy how much sensitivity that thing has. If I didn't have the rod that I'm using right here, I would not be seeing the bites that I'm getting. Oh, here comes one. Here he comes. Watch the spring. Look at him. There he is. Oh, and it's a good one. It's a really good gill. Man alive. Every now and again, it's a just saying no to finesse. We went with a bigger jig today, and boy, we got some dandy crappies and some very, very nice bluegills. Let's let this one go and end the day.
Anytime you score on big panfish, it's one of life's greatest pleasures, and nothing's more classic than catching a boatload of slab crappies during spring spawning period. Well, you excited, Caden? Well, I take that back. Caden and I are going crappie fishing. It's while sharing the experience while teaching the ones you love. Boy, I hope I'm right on this. I'm just guessing. There's nobody here at the lake. The ice went out about a week ago, and we're just gonna have to hope.
Yeah,
Hey, where's your hat?
it's right here.
You made that in preschool for me, huh?
Yep.
You guys got to see what this says. Grandpa's fishing buddy. And he built this hat particularly in preschool for the first time he and I would go by ourselves on a fishing trip. Now, wouldn't it be neat if there was a secret passage going through all them weeds to get back to a little lake?
That would actually be awesome.
And we'd be the only ones fishing in there?
Yeah.
And there'd be a lot of fish?
Yeah.
I hope there's a lot of fish. I haven't been here. But I do know where there's a secret passage.
When did you discover this spot?
Oh, several years ago. I like to go out and explore new lakes I've never fished before. And like I said, this is only a few miles from the ranch here. So this is one of the lakes I went out exploring.
Why are the crappies gonna be in here? How do we even know?
Food starts bunching up where the water is warmer. And when the food bunches up, then the big fish come in to eat them. And that's what I'm hoping is happening. Okay, now, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Hook them right from the bottom, right kind of in front of his eyes, right up to the top of his head, like so. And I wanna show you how to do this reel. You turn the reel so it comes to right there so you can catch the line with your finger like that. You see how I did that?
Oh, like this?
Yes. Then with your other hand, you flip the bail over. And this is a real light action rod. You see how bendy it is? You don't want to cast it hard, you want to go like this with a long sweeping cast and just kind of whip it.
Now I try?
Yep. Good one. Because once you learn how to toss the bait real well, now you can get very, very accurate. Look at that spot right over there. I'm just going to toss one in by these reeds right up here and make it land right directly in front of them. You see? It's exactly the spot where I wanted it to go. And that was just a little toss. Oh!
Whoa!
Get him! Keep the rod high.
Guys,
You know what?
putting up a fight. Is that a bass, isn't it?
It is a bass. Take your time, hang on, I gotta get a net. Ooh, boy, that's a good bass. Open the bail.
There we go. Is that good?
Yep. Okay, can you hold him, take the hook out? You hold him. Hang on tight, now take his hook out.
Got it.
Okay.
Can we keep this?
Nope, bass season's not open yet.
Oh yeah.
But that was a big enough one, I got the net for us.
This is a good fish.
That's called a bonus fish. You throw him back. Good job.
See you, fishy.
Well, that's exciting. This is not the time of the day that a lot of people go crappie fishing. A lot of times the mornings and evenings are better, but
You got one, Grandpa?
this one I think is a crappie.
First crappie for Grandpa.
It is.
Okay, I'll get the net.
Oh, this,
That's a little bass, isn't it?
no, this is a crappie.
So,
But this one is too small. We're gonna pop him back and we're gonna say thank you for giving us confidence, Mr. Crappie. Now I caught him up over here. You see how deep I'm set? Is your set that deep?
yeah.
Okay, because that might make a difference here.
So you got him right over there?
Right about where my bobber is. There goes another bite. That's a crappie. Oh, this is a big one. This one you got a net.
Okay. A big crappie? How do you know it's a crappie though?
I know it is. Oh, get ready with that net. Don't miss this guy. This one's huge. Ooh, good job. Look how big this one is. Beauteous crappie. Okay, you better give me my phone and I want you to hold my crappie here. This is going to be a photo that's going to go up on Fishity. And we're going to send this to our fishing friends on Fishity. Well, my grandson learned a couple of things yesterday. Crappies just don't bite like crazy all the time. When you go fishing, you got to work hard for them. It's not just about fishing, it's about finding them and figuring them out, and then they got to be willing to bite too. And we did. We figured them out, and we did find them. We caught the only crappies in that bay yesterday out of all the people that were in there. And we got a pile of bass too. Oh, that's a good one. But he found that, hey, you gotta hunt them, you gotta figure them out, you gotta pattern them. And if he learns how to do that, which he will, I'll promise you, then he'll never have to worry about catching fish again. There's the first one.
Got one, Grandpa?
I do. I don't think we're gonna keep this one.
Is that a crappie?
It is.
First crappie. Is it too small?
Yep.
Oh, here he is. Good crappie. Nice big one.
Is it?
Yeah. Whoa.
That should be a pretty good one. You can put him right in your back live well back there if you want to.
Yeah, we can. You can have that one. Well, I'll have this one.
I'm a quick draw McGraw, and while you're diddling around there, I'm gonna go bang and be right in it. I bet I get a bite up there.
Steal my spot. I'm not getting you any minnows anymore.
Hey, what's that stuff? Oh, I got a bite.
Grandpa, get him.
I do.
Big one?
I don't know. We might want to keep this one. We'll see. That's a pretty good eating size, huh?
Nice one. That's a perfect one to keep.
Hey, that's where I just caught my crappie at.
Right where I am.
I know. Have you ever heard the term meat hog?
I'm just like you, Grandpa. I just take after you.
What? How come it is that testosterone works the way it does with the male species? Little squirt has got to try and cast further than I do every time. Even if it's too far and it goes up into the weeds, just as long as it's further. Amazing to me. I was never like that when I was a kid. If you believe that.
I got one. Oh, I think this guy's gonna be a good one.
Maybe.
He's a pretty good one, actually.
Well, that one isn't so bad, is he?
You wanna keep this guy?
It's up to you.
I'll keep him.
He's your fish. We have got the ideal rods, by the way, for what we're doing. This is part of St. Croix's Panfish series. This is a 7-footer light action, so you can just take that little bait and lob it out there. And it just, rod sends a lightweight bait out so easy. which is what you want it to do.
I got a big one.
Get him.
We're getting a whole bunch now. Oh yeah, this is the keeper.
Come on, take it.
Get him.
And got him. I don't know if this one is gonna keep or not. I will put him back. There you go. Get him, Caden. Feel like a good one?
I think this guy's gonna be a good one.
Oh, this is a beauty, Caden.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good man.
You wanna see him? Whoa.
Yes, I would love to see him. Well, let's see.
Awesome.
What's awesome?
Fishing with Grandpa.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Cornflake crappie. Earlier, I listed good eating among the reasons why so many anglers choose to go after panfish. Now, if you've noticed today, we did indeed keep our share of sunfish and crappies within the legal limit. Nate and his wife were just as hungry for fresh wintertime panfish as we were at my home later that spring. That's a pretty good eating size, huh? Certainly, I'm a big proponent of catch and release, but only to the degree that anglers are allowed to follow their rights and traditions as they see fit. Although I don't think it's always the case with some so-called purist conservationists or elitist anglers these days, there should be no ethical dilemma in keeping fish to eat fresh or to store up. I teach my kids and grandkids that it's right and good to do within reasonable parameters, that enjoying that which you catch should be a motivating part of the fishing tradition. Likewise, so are catch and release, reasonable daily and possession limits, special regulation lakes, and abiding by slot limit regulations. As I see it, to catch and keep, or to catch and release, is a juggling act for all of us to learn with wise discretion. Call me optimistic, but if everyone does, I feel our fisheries are resilient enough to keep letting us have our proverbial cake while eating it too. I'm Babe Winkelman. Thanks for watching, and until next time, everybody, hey, good fishing.